welcome to the highlights of the first day's play of the fourth Cable and Wireless Test match, a match crucial to the series, of course, in which England are 1-up with 2 to play. Now, Kensington Oval here is a very happy ground for the West Indies. They've won their 8 last Test matches here in succession, and you know they haven't lost a Test match here for 55 years. Well, the weather is beautiful, absolutely lovely, but some confusion of the teams, which has been sorted out as follows. West Indies, back comes Viv Richards to captain the side, out goes Carl Hooper. Back, Malcolm Marshall, the fast bowler, and out goes Courtney Walsh. For England, well, in the end, after many fitness tests, there's no Gooch and no Fraser. Alex Stewart will open the batting with Larkins, and Philip de Freitas comes in down the order. They say here that the toss is crucial. Mostly, if you win it, you put the other side in. Let's join the captains on the middle.
Check it up.
And that's heads here.
Right.
And tail.
Tails, okay.
Fine.
Right. We call heads.
I think I heard a call for heads. Let's see which way it has come down. Yes, we have got it.
It's on tails.
Maybe 20 seconds. Dave, welcome back.
Thank you very much.
Who's won the toss?
Well, Alan has won it and he's captain.
You were in?
Yeah, that's right.
You've had a great record on this pitch. Any particular reason?
Well, I don't know. I think it's a hard enough track. You know, I think it suits our play reasonably well. So we're hoping that it does today too, and over the next 4 days.
And back with you is Malcolm.
That's right.
Good. Best of luck.
Thank you very much.
Alan?
Yes, Stanley, you've won it.
Okay, well,
Yes, we've won the toss. Hopefully, I've made the right decision here. We're going to have a field. This wicket normally gives the bowlers help on the first day, and hopefully it's going to pay off.
I had some trouble sorting out the side. You got a fitness test on Angus Fraser?
Yes, Angus hasn't passed it, so we've had a few changes this morning. Smith, his thumb hasn't recovered, so he's out. So we've got Stewart opening, and de Freitas coming in for Angus Fraser, and then Bailey coming in for Smith.
A lot of guys at home wishing you the best of luck.
Yeah, we're going to need it, but I'm sure that the guys have done well on the trip so far, and I'm sure they're going to give everything they can.
Thanks, Al.
Right, yeah.
So let's get on with the action. We join it in the second over. The West Indies are 6 for no wicket, and Gladstone Small is bowling to Desmond Haynes. Caught him. He's out. Haynes goes. You could hear the sharp rap of ball on bat, and Alex Stewart, crouching at short square leg, takes the catch. And so the first West Indies wicket falls for 6 runs. Half-hearted, half-forward shot by Desmond Haynes. An extra bounce on this hard pitch, and the catch taken by Alex Stewart. And so Haynes goes. It's 6 for 1.
Well, Desmond Haynes not really getting fully forward with that front foot. A little extra bounce. Nice, neat catch by Alex Stewart, but the left foot never really goes forward much. He's not quite sure how far to go forward on this pitch. It's just got a little bit more bounce.
That's a good shot. Right on top of it. And there's no third man. 4 runs to go in Greenwich.
Now this is a class shot by a class batsman. Short of length ball. He doesn't try to beat the ball and really clatter it. Just stays on top of the ball, waits for it. Just a little roll of the wrist, just clips it away. One tends to think of great batsmen smashing the ball through the covers or hooks and pulls. Nothing of the sort. That's a class shot. He's waited for the ball, used the pace of it, and just sort of cuffed it away for 4 and dismissed it.
Oh, he's got that one away. 1 bounce for 4, I'd say, into the crowd down there. And so, not much sting in that one. 4 down towards square leg. It's 28 for 1.
This is a favourite of Gordon Greenwich. Just above the waist, just helping it over backward square.
Over bowled. That ball moved away a little bit. It was just short of a length. There's no way he could have left that. He played at it and adjusted and managed to keep it down.
I think this ball did a lot more than any ball has done this morning. Pitched just outside the off stump, beautiful line, right length. But again, Richie Richardson adjusting, keeping it down, fairly safe, dropping in front of the slips.
And that's dropped. Well, you have to put it down as a chance, I suppose. It was cut very hard indeed. Capel just got the hands to it.
Well, technically a chance, but a brilliant effort by Capel. It was low. I doubt if it was 2 inches off the ground to his right hand and wide-ish. He got down so quickly. It slapped into his palm and it popped out again. Yes, a chance, but my word, he did well to get anywhere near it.
Very near. Stewart lurking in that position. Well, Haynes was caught there.
Yes, the bounce catches Richardson by surprise. Fact is that Glaston's more rather like Ezra Mosley. Don't expect them to bounce. They've got skiddy little actions, and suddenly the odd ball hops up and gets the batsman by surprise. It's a surprise element, not like the big quicks who whack the ball in short.
There's one of the great characters here at Kensington Oval, known locally as King Dial. So change in bowling. Back comes Devon Malcolm. A long spell by Small as he gives way to Malcolm at the northern end. Glorious shot by Richardson. Typical square cut. That's the best shot we've seen for the day. Greeting Malcolm's return.
Well, that's the shot I was describing. Anything wide of off stump, that big right hand comes into it. Tremendous timing, and that flashed away. Square on the offside for 4 runs.
Well taken, magnificent catch as an appeal down the leg side, magnificently taken by Russell, not out, says the umpire, and Richardson pointing to his chest. Well, let's have a look.
David Archer, the umpire, was absolutely certain. Richie Richardson showed that it was his chest, as we see there, and it looks to me a very fine piece of umpiring.
Oh, smacked it. Fetch that. I tell you what, that's gone flying to the fence off the meat of the bat. Greenwich is looking deadly dangerous.
Well, this is daft bowling, this bowling short of a length to cut it. I mean, he's been doing that since he was 9 years old as Greenwich. Everybody in the world knows he's one of the greatest cutters of short, fast bowling, and he's not going to miss them. He's already probably mad at himself. He's hit one straight at cover point. He's not going to hit any more. You can't set fields for those. Don't care who the captain is. It's just really bad bowling.
Oh, he's got him, he's out, caught behind, magnificent. Greenwich has nicked it, De Freitas has struck, and this time round there's no conversation out there between Greenwich and the England players. He's accepted the decision, no one's told him where to go, and in fact he's heading towards the pavilion. This is a very important wicket for England. A little nick, it just carried, a good delivery. De Freitas rewarded for bowling superbly, 69 for 2.
Fine delivery by Philip De Freitas here, fully deserved from his good bowling. Leg cutter, outside off stump, tiny nick, you'd see it all the way. You didn't have to be the umpire there to see the ball, leg cut out, and the batsman actually nick it, it deviates after the bat. Fully deserved. He's bowled really disciplined and well in his comeback test match.
Oh, no ball is called. Caught square leg, no ball is called. And what Jeff Boycott and I have to admit here is Daddy wasn't fielding a short square leg.
Yes, but David Capel, my goodness me, I think Richie Richardson was playing that shot anyhow. A good shot, bad ball, just short of a length, but it almost got a wicket. Just overstrode the crease, brought the umpire into the game with a no ball. What a frustration there for England.
That's a good shot. Forced it square. It's careering on towards the boundary. Bang into the white perimeter. 4 more runs to Carlisle best.
Yes, it's a very well-controlled shot. Excellent timing. He's waited for the ball again, not tried to hit it too hard, and just clipped it down behind square. Use the pace of the ball and just run it as a back cut, really, fast gully.
Half volley. You can't bowl those to Richard Richardson.
Well, he's got it outside off stump this time, but he's got it too full. Far too full, and a nice, easy off drive by Richardson. Good shot there. Not such a bad ball from David Capel, but your line's got to be so perfect, and your length has got to be so good.
He's got that away, it's in the air, there's going to be out. Yes, they've got him, he's got him caught. Richie Richardson out caught by the wicketkeeper Russell. Boy, did he shout mine. I think perhaps 5 times he said, leave it to me, and he's taken the catch. And yet another West Indian who got in has got out just when it was important. It was a top edge. There he goes, mine, 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 he yells. And underneath he goes, and that is it. Pretty straightforward catch. Richie Richardson out. And so the score is now 108 for 3. Viv Richards, one of the greatest batsmen of all time, has just arrived at the centre because Richie Richardson is back in the pavilion, out trying to pull the ball to square leg and getting a top edge. That's a half volley, and what a magnificent shot from Viv Richards. He's been waiting for a loose ball. He received it, and he has smashed it to the boundary.
And just as I said, the approach by Viv Richards, although he stroked it to the boundary, he didn't really smash it. He just got behind it, timed it well, and it raced down to the long on boundary.
And that's gone away for 6. Dropped beyond the boundary. And Richards puts it over for 6.
Well, I think Devon Malcolm was a little unlucky then, because Viv Richards did not time it all that well, and for a time it looked as if he was going to be caught by the man put there for the purpose. One thing is certain, these two have a contest, because Devon Malcolm has been quoted as saying, I know how to get Viv Richards out. That's the red rag, and Richards temperamentally would be unable to turn down the challenge. In the end, it was safe. It was several yards over, but not quite the middle of the bat.
Magnificent shot. That's brought the crowd to life. Richards now really going.
That's what I do call the middle of the bat. Tremendous shot. Ball was wide and short. And Richards only has one response to the loose ball. He can't help himself. It's positive, it's attacking, and it's very often brutal.
Well, there's our friend from Trinidad who said he'd be up in Barbados, the conch shell man from Trinidad. It's in the air. He's lucky. He's going to get away with it. It's off the top edge and rolling away towards the boundary. Well saved by Larkins, but a false shot by Richards, and real good fortune for him. The contest continues. Top edge and 2 to Richards.
It's very brave stuff by Devon Malcolm, because he knows Richards is going to swing that bat at it. It's going high, so high, nowhere near a fielder.
From Derby in England, born in Kingston, Jamaica, Devon Malcolm. In the right corner, Vivian Richards, born in St. John's, Antigua, representing the West Indies. It's gone away, in the air, it's gone over, it's gone for another one. Not very far though. What a contest we've got here.
Well, I think Devon Malcolm is unlucky because, again, that was not the middle of Richards' bat, and the ball almost limped over the boundary for 6. Now, when you say that Richards doesn't time it, it goes for 6, that's just paying a tribute to his tremendous talent. It's so close to being out. A mere 19 runs off that over.
Here it is. It's not a very long boundary down there at square leg, and Alex Stewart can do nothing about it. It wasn't that far over his head, neither was the previous 6, but Richards is not going to stand for Devon Malcolm bouncing at him. What a contest. The crowd here is absolutely alive. Devon Malcolm goes back towards the boundary. They'll talk about that over for as long as cricket is played. He's put that away magnificently. Almost disdainfully through mid-wicket. Well, Philip de Freitas doesn't have the pace of Devon Malcolm, and he can't afford to drop short. 37 to Richards.
He's in a very serious mood. When some people are serious, they block. When Viv Richards is in serious mood, he puts away the bad ball for a thundering 4.
Ooh, that was a quick delivery. That had everything on it. And the contest continues. Well, the crowd here at Kensington Oval know all about great fast bowling. This is the island that produced Wes Hall and Charlie Griffith and Malcolm Marshall, Joel Garner, Herman Griffith, Manny Martindale. They know about fast bowling here, and they know that this lad, Devon Malcolm, is quick. So does Carlisle Best. That was through him before he was halfway through the shot.
Oh, and that's a big appeal for LBW. Perhaps he got outside the line, or perhaps once again there was a little bit of bat in that one. The men behind the wicket didn't really jump up in the air. Let's have another look.
This is a great delivery here from Gladstone Small, just outside off stump, nipping back. My goodness me, that was a good delivery. Good length, good line, bit of movement, nipping back at the batsman.
He's probably just going down the leg side. So they've certainly got Richards nice and quiet at the moment. He's only scored a single of his last 14 deliveries. Oh, that's a magnificent delivery. That beat him all ends up. It pitched just outside off stump and went away off the seam. A great delivery, this one.
This is a magnificent leg cutter that's cut Richards in half. I mean, he's really... How can you bowl a ball like that and not get a wicket? Good line, good length, cuts away with an older ball, 40 overs old, and it's cut Richards in half, turned him round, facing the bowler, chest on, and not got a tickle on that.
The chap in the yellow shirt there is a very well-known local Calypsonian. Mac Fingal. And he certainly got the crowd with him. That's his 50. So Viv Richards returns to the West Indies team with a half century. And what a vital one. Magnificently struck by Richards, beautifully timed and placed.
Now that's the problem for bowlers who are bowling as well as Philip de Freitas. Fairly good length ball this, just outside off stump, and Richards has just casually leant back, timed it, hardly hit the ball, and it's raced away to the boundary.
Edged it through third slip once more. That's the third time since the tea break. And Devon Malcolm on the third man boundary, making a desperate diving attempt. Not the most graceful you'll see, but effective.
Well, another good delivery that goes off a thickish edge, flying, wideish third slip. Good ball there from David Capel. Reasonable dive there from Devon Malcolm. Not his best, he wouldn't have got too many points out of 10, but he stopped the ball.
There it goes, and that'll be a very popular half-century. Good performance that by Carlisle Best, because he often soldied on in the shadow of Viv Richards, but he never lost his concentration, and that's his reward.
And Carlisle must be quite happy with this performance. In front of his home crowd, didn't look too confident when he first got to the wicket, but he has slowly gained his confidence and has blossomed out and played a very good innings.
It's in the air. Oh, I think a fingertip. So close, and that's the sort of stroke that you attempt when you've been bogged down and you can't get the ball away. And that might just have been a fingertip for Rob Bailey to cover.
An attempted cover drive here by Carlisle Best. Didn't quite time it in the air, just over the top of Robert Bailey.
Oh, he's got him, he's out, got behind, yes, they've struck, Capel has got Richards. This is a vital wicket, Vivian Richards is out, caught behind. That one just moving away from him a little bit. He was a little loose with his shot, found the outside edge. It only just carried to the keeper, just the fraction of movement away there. Just carried, good catch that one by Russell diving forward. And why wouldn't David Capel jump in the air? He's got rid of one of the great batsmen of all time. Out for 70, and the score now 227 for 4.
Nicely straightish off stump ball, good line, good length. Richards trying to work it a little bit through mid-on. You see the bat coming round towards mid-on, and it's just left him a little bit. Fine tickle, and a neat catch there, diving forward by the wicket-keeper.
New batsman is Gus Logie, but Viv is not happy. I think he really had himself set there for 100. Talk us through his thoughts at the moment, Fari.
Well, I'll tell you for sure, it ain't a good time to go and ask for his autograph. Definitely not.
This is Gladstone Small. Oh, he smashed that one away through the offside, into the gap as well. Gus Logie loves them there too. He doesn't mind playing a few shots. He's a little man, but he's a little powerhouse.
He loves these short, wide balls, little man. They should have seen plenty of that in Trinidad. He just cracks them away, and he's a cheeky little chappy. He dances down the pitch when he's cracked it away. He loves them.
Oh, and that's not... Oh, he's so lucky. He's gone and got cramp, I think, or has pulled a muscle or something as he's turned around, but he was so lucky. Is he out of his crease? He's lying on the ground out of his crease there. I'm not too sure I wouldn't whip the bails off.
I think quick, roll him onto the wickets. Get him out.
Well, the ball was so close to the stumps here. Have another look at this. He has to turn around very quickly. It hits the inside edge, goes between his legs, and he quickly moves it away and then twists his leg. And down he goes. Well, that's well played. Right off the meat of the bat, and that outfield is very quick, and so there is no way that it's not going to reach the fence.
Well, Gladstone Small trying to pitch it up a little bit there outside off stump, just tempt him, and you see how he works it straightish, works it on the onside, fairly straight, from outside off stump. That's typically West Indian. They get outside the line of the ball and whip it slightly on the onside.
And I've now been told by the official scorers.
Logie has put that away. Very, very quick in his movements.
Beautiful shot. No real bounce on the ball then. Went about 2 feet off the ground, right through that space between the wickets.
He's banged it through. Typical Gus Logie shot. Great favourite here in Barbados, Gus Logie. This was the ground where he scored his first Test century against India in 1983. Typical Logie shot.
You can't give him width at all. Plays the chopping shot as well as Viv Richards, as well as Richie Richardson, as well as Gordon Greenwich. They're all loving outside the off stump and just a little bit short.
In the air, he's got him, he's out, caught behind. Capel has struck again. That was a huge deflection off the bat. I think he tried to run it down to third man. A little bit quicker from Capel, that one. It hit the edge, went straight through to Russell, and he's having a good day. This is how it happened. Short delivery, bounced a bit quicker than he expected, and no trouble at all for Capel. Big edge, and that is the end of Gus Logie. So the score now 291 for 5.
West Indies are in such a good position, they don't really need to be playing careless shots like that. I think he'll look back on that and think, well, I was silly there.
This is Devon Malcolm running away from us now. And what a magnificent shot that was. Beautiful placement through the field at mid-on. It's hit the boundary at wide mid-wicket, in fact. Yet another 4 to Carlisle Best.
Well, this really is a friendly loosener. It's about as quick as I used to bowl, is that? I know he might be a bit stiff, but there wasn't much pace in that. I bet Alan Lamb's glad he didn't take the new ball here, as he whips that away up against that concrete wall again. I mean, that certainly wouldn't have done the new ball any good.
Oh, he's pulled that one magnificently. Take that. Into the gap, into the fence for 4. Carlisle Best is on fire. The West Indians are running around the boundary. They're all very, very happy at this. Here we go again. Devon Malcolm. He's pulled it away magnificently. A great shot into the fence down at square leg. He's made his maiden century. What a knock it's been. This is a great moment in the life of Carlisle Best. Bayesians are charging onto the ground. He's being lifted up in the air. They're all over a pitch, just short of a length there.
Well, immediately after that, they came off for bad light. Well, after that naught by Haynes, there were some good partnerships. The second wicket one of 63, Greenwich and Richardson. The fourth between Best and Richards of 119. Viv Richards started with a flurry of shots, but very serious, I thought, 17, 110 balls. But the star performance, Carlisle Best, his highest Test score, a century, coming with 12 fours of 160 balls. As for the bowling, well, not impressive, I'm afraid. Devon Malcolm, a loss of rhythm, very expensive. Steadier, Gladstone Small, 2 wickets for him. And De Freitas, some good spells, but plagued by 13 no balls. Capel got Richards and Logie, but at a cost. Well, there are still lots of runs out there in that pitch, but eventually I'm told the ball will keep low and perhaps shoot a bit. So, England batting last will need a first innings lead. We'll have a better idea if that will happen by this time tomorrow. Until then, from Bridgetown, Barbados, good night.